Welcome back to Mega Fact Attack. This week we will journey through some of America's quirkiest laws, where we'll explore unique and hilarious regulations. From the sunny beaches of Florida to the picturesque plains of South Dakota, each state has its own set of peculiar rules that often leave us scratching our heads or chuckling in disbelief. Join us as we jump into these whimsical laws, uncovering the stories behind them and what they reveal about our society's values and humor. In the vibrant landscape of Florida, known for its sunny beaches and lively atmosphere, one quirky law stands out from the rest: the ban on singing while wearing a swimsuit. Though this law may seem like a relic of a bygone era or even a misunderstanding, it reflects a unique blend of Florida's colorful culture and its regulatory efforts intended to promote proper behavior. The origins of this peculiar legislation trace back to a time when local authorities were keen on preserving public order and promoting a family-friendly environment. It is rumored to have been enacted in response to the concerns over rowdy behavior in public spaces, particularly along Florida's bustling beaches. With sunbathers lounging in their swimsuits and the sounds of waves crashing, it seems someone felt that adding song to the mix might be a step too far. On the surface, this law raises a chuckle. Picture beachgoers attempting to belt out their favorite tunes, only to be interrupted by an officer reminding them of their wardrobe choices. While this may sound amusing, it serves as a reminder of how laws can often reflect the societal norms and values of their times. As more people flock to Florida for its warm climate and recreational opportunities, the law has taken on a humorous life of its own, often recounted in jest. It invites conversations about the ridiculousness of certain regulations and their relevance in today's society. In the vast, picturesque plains of South Dakota, renowned for its stunning landscapes and agricultural richness, a peculiar law stands out. It is illegal to use fireworks to protect sunflower crops from birds. While this may sound like a bizarre regulation at first glance, it reflects the state's unique agricultural practices and the delicate balance between farming and wildlife conservation. The law originated from the need to safeguard crops while minimizing potential hazards associated with fireworks. South Dakota, famous for its extensive sunflower fields, recognizes the challenges that farmers face in protecting their crops from pesky birds that feast on sunflower seeds. While the use of fireworks might seem like an effective deterrent, the potential consequences can be far-reaching and detrimental. Fireworks can cause fires, create disturbances, and endanger both wildlife and nearby properties. In essence, the regulation serves as a reminder that agricultural practices must consider the well-being of the entire ecosystem. Instead of resorting to fireworks, South Dakota farmers have adopted alternative methods to protect their sunflower crops. Many utilize more traditional deterrents, such as scarecrows, reflective tape, or noise devices, which can be effective without the associated risks of fireworks. The law also highlights a broader issue: the intricate relationship between agriculture and wildlife. In a state where agriculture plays a vital role in the economy, laws like this are essential to promote responsible farming practices. They aim to strike a balance between protecting crops and maintaining the welfare of local wildlife, ensuring that both farmers and birds can coexist harmoniously in their shared environment. The prohibition against using fireworks to protect sunflower crops in South Dakota is more than just a quirky law. It embodies the state's efforts to promote responsible farming and wildlife conservation. In the heart of the South, where Southern hospitality meets an abundance of quirky laws, Alabama boasts a particularly amusing piece of legislation. It is illegal to drive while blindfolded. This law, which may sound like a rule designed for a comedy sketch rather than a serious legal framework, has its roots in practical concerns for public safety. The origins of this law can be traced back to a time when traffic regulations were evolving in response to increasing vehicle ownership and the need for safe driving practices. As cars became more prevalent on the roads, lawmakers recognized that certain behaviors could pose serious risks not only to drivers but also to other road users. Driving while blindfolded, while seemingly absurd, exemplifies an extreme case of irresponsible behavior that needed to be addressed. This regulation likely emerged as a response to the need for clear guidelines to prioritize the safety of all individuals on the road. While the law itself might elicit laughter, it raises important questions about public safety. Imagine the chaos that would ensue if individuals were permitted to drive while blindfolded. The potential for accidents, injuries, and even fatalities due to such reckless behavior is significant. Picture a scenario where a daredevil teenager seeking thrills decides to don a blindfold while driving down a rural road, only to be pulled over by law enforcement. Such a scene highlights the absurdity of the situation while reinforcing the rationale behind the law. While some regulations may seem ridiculous, they often stem from a genuine desire to maintain order and safety within society. Additionally, the law opens the door for a fun discussion about other humorous or outdated traffic regulations that may exist across the country. From laws against driving while wearing a gorilla suit to those prohibiting the use of silly string in cars, these quirky regulations reflect the unique cultural landscape of each state. So the next time you're cruising down an Alabama highway, remember to keep your eyes on the road. Blindfolds are definitely off limits. Georgia is the Peach State, known for its warm hospitality and vibrant culture. One of the most peculiar laws on the books there is the law against carrying an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays. At first glance, this regulation may seem absurd, yet it serves as a fascinating glimpse into the historical context of laws that govern everyday life in Georgia. The origins of this bizarre law can be traced back to a time when social customs and practices were vastly different from today. While specific records detailing its inception may be scarce, it's believed that the law was established to deter theft. The practice of carrying an ice cream cone in one's back pocket could have been seen as an invitation for mischief, where individuals might entice horses to follow them for a treat, leading to potential chaos and confusion. In a rural setting, such antics could easily disrupt a quiet Sunday afternoon, turning a leisurely day into a comical scene of runaway horses and giggling children. Today, this regulation stands as a reminder of the amusing and often outdated laws that exist in many states. Locals might share a laugh when discussing the law, often pondering who could possibly enforce such a regulation in the modern era. It adds an extra layer of charm to Southern hospitality, illustrating the unique blend of history and humor that characterizes the region. Moreover, Georgia's ice cream law illustrates the importance of understanding context when examining legislation. When enjoying a scoop of peach cobbler ice cream on a Sunday afternoon in Georgia, it's wise to keep that cone in your hand and out of your back pocket. After all, it's the sweet and amusing laws like this that contribute to the rich character of Southern life. Next up, we'll look at the dynamic state of Louisiana, known for its lively culture, delicious cuisine, and rich history. Here there exists a peculiar law that has garnered attention and amusement. It is illegal to wrestle a bear. The origins of this law can be traced back to a time when bear wrestling was a popular form of entertainment in various regions of the United States, including the South. While these events may have seemed thrilling and entertaining, they posed serious risks to both the participants and the animals involved. Bears are powerful creatures, and attempting to wrestle one, even as part of a spectacle, can lead to dangerous outcomes. Recognizing these dangers, Louisiana lawmakers took action to ensure public safety and animal welfare, leading to the implementation of this unusual regulation. While the idea of bear wrestling might evoke images of rowdy crowds cheering on brave contestants, it is important to understand the implications of such activities. Not only does wrestling a bear endanger the human participants, but it also raises significant ethical concerns regarding the treatment of the animals. Interestingly, this regulation also serves as a reminder of the changing cultural attitudes toward animals in entertainment. In a time when such spectacles were commonplace, society's growing awareness of animal rights and welfare has led to a re-evaluation of practices that exploit animals for human amusement. Furthermore, as humans continue to encroach on natural spaces, regulations like this help to encourage a greater understanding of the delicate balance between wildlife and human activity, emphasizing the need for coexistence rather than domination. This law, while seemingly trivial, is part of a larger narrative about respect for wildlife and the evolving relationship between humans and animals. By appreciating the humor in such regulations, we can also promote awareness and advocacy for ethical treatment of all creatures, cultivating a society that values compassion and understanding. As we wrap up our exploration of these bizarre yet fascinating laws, it becomes clear that behind each regulation lies a story that reflects the culture, history, and values of the state it belongs to. Whether it's the absurdity of singing in a swimsuit, the practicalities of protecting sunflower crops, or the comic necessity of avoiding blindfolded driving, these quirky laws serve as amusing reminders of the unique character of each state. They invite us to reflect on the past, laugh at the present, and perhaps question the relevance of certain regulations in our modern world. Hey guys, if you've enjoyed these quirky laws, don't just stand there like a bear in a wrestling match. Smash that like button and show it who's boss. And if you don't want to miss out on more random trivia, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I drop the next 5 facts video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.